So wasn't I lucky then? I mean, never to have had it off. And the times I've been tempted, it seemed such a useless ornament, stuck up there gathering dust and cobwebs. Phyllis, they said, you must get rid of it. They're so dated, it's grotesque, they said. Well, I can't reach up there, I said. Get someone in, they said. I don't know anyone who does that kind of thing, I said. There must be hundreds. You don't want anyone too big, just a little man, self-employed. Look in the yellow pages. Under what heading? I said. Look, they said, you can't lead a normal life with that up there. Not today. Well, I tried chipping away at it myself, but it's so difficult to get at. And I thought the scar might be even worse than the thing itself, and it's so dark in there. Well, I needed a light anyway, so I thought I'll go and buy a lamp. But when I got to Selfridge's, you could have knocked me down with a Bulgarian carpet, such a nice young man. Nobody, he said, nobody these days can consider themselves well hung without a decent chandelier. Really, I said, I didn't know that. Perhaps Modern would allow me to show Modern by examples, he said. Why, yes, I said. So I followed him to the appropriate department, where I spent a long time inspecting his stock, and I must say they were very impressive. But somehow I couldn't quite come to terms with them. Not his. I'm sorry, I said. I'm afraid I can't quite see myself under that. Marshall and Snellgrove had theirs hanging out all the way up the escalator. John Lewis had a huge one reflected in golden mirrors, which was fabulous, but I could never have got it in. So I hopped on a bus to Chelsea to see if there was anything in the King's Road. Peter Joneses were all a bit tired and droopy looking, with more than a touch of pharmacy ache, and very complicated to turn on. So I ended up in Knightsbridge. Harrods really do have everything. I should have gone there first. I toyed for a while with a very trendy fluted one, a sort of beacon with tassels. Art Deco, the assistant said proudly and positively flaunted it, but I said I really fancied something a bit more robust. Somehow it lacked presence. I mean, if you're going to commit yourself to one, you do want to know it's there, don't you? Well, then a gentleman showed me an Edwardian one, very pendulant and heavy. He held it up for me while I measured it, but it wasn't the size I was worried about, actually. It'll come up lovely, he said, giving it a brisk rub with his handkerchief. I'm not getting involved in that sort of thing, I said. It's bad enough for the banisters. Well, we'd reached something of an impasse when the manager came along, and he produced a beauty. Beautiful it was. Large but not overpowering. I could see it would be difficult to get up, but once in position, absolutely irresistible. Anyway, that's the one I had. What a pity, the manager said, as he put it away, that so many people have got rid of the plaster ceiling roses in their rooms, because that's what it really needs to look its best. But I've got one, I said, and do you know, I was just about to have it all. So wasn't I lucky?